Hello and welcome to Sandyford, to Polestar Space here in Dublin, where we're having a look today at the brand new Polestar 3. Now this car has been a long time coming. This will be the second car in the Polestar lineup. Of course there's the one and there's the two, but the one is a very special car, so I suppose technically this is the third, but there's Polestar 5 coming and there's Polestar 4 coming. What is this? Well, it's a large crossover SUV style design. It is a large car. You know, as you walk towards the back of it, you get a sense of how big it is. Is it longer than a Model Y? Yes. Is it more aggressive looking? Absolutely. It has a 110 kilowatt hour battery, which means you'll get a pretty decent range out of this car. So what is Polestar? Well, Polestar, first and foremost, is a performance division of Volvo. That's essentially where it started from. Now it's a standalone electric product. This car, if you order today, will be delivered into your driveway in the middle of 2024. They're currently testing this car in Gothenburg, just making the final tweaks and touches to it, but I'm told reliably that it's on track to be delivered into June of next year. I think the car will actually launch, will be a media launch in Ireland where we get to drive the car in May of next year. A little bit of a tight space here today where we are, gives you an idea of how big the car is, so just hopefully you can manage to get perspective of it in here. What's different about Polestar for Ireland is the cars, I suppose due to the price, will come pretty much everything as standard, where you can have Pro Pilot and things like this. In other markets, they will come on the car. In fact, weirdly, your only real option extras are wheels, if you want to upgrade further, a tow bar, it has a 2.2 ton towing capacity, or you can have the rear windows detinted. So if you were a very wealthy public service vehicle driver, you could get them removed and use this as a public service vehicle, which would be very comfortable, in fairness. We have a frunk on board. Coming around to the front of the car, you have a lovely styling, not unlike what we've seen on the EX30 from Volvo recently. You have a Smart Zone sensor cluster, and on that note, for €5,400, you can order the car with LiDAR, which will kind of future-proof it in terms of autonomous driving. It will delay your car, however, because it'll be 2025 before production versions of the car with LiDAR come into play. A nice low slung roof, but that doesn't impact on the interior, which we'll get to in a second. We have pop-out handles. They obviously nip in when you're driving. Aerodynamic qualities are enhanced by that. Kind of nice frameless mirrors on the side here. And giving it that rugged SUV look, there's a significant amount of black down here, but it's not plastic as such. It's kind of a nice texture finish with a bit of aluminium effect going on. Charging port is obviously on this side of the car, and you can do your DC charging here. And again, the housing of it very similar to what we've seen in a lot of Volvo electric vehicles. The rear of the vehicle then is quite straight down. There's no real kind of angular part. Like, you've got this spoiler here, obviously this beautiful rear light bar that goes across the back of the car. Rear glass space is, it actually, you probably can't see it on camera, but it does go fairly far in here, and there's again a little bit of an aero gap going on with the spoiler. It's all about the aero qualities. Yes, you get a rear wiper. Boot space in the car, and yes, it's electric, is 484 litres, rising to over 1,400 litres if you drop the rear seats. And also, again, we've seen this in other Volvos, so it's nice to see a lot of the stuff that was working for them has transferred into here. So this kind of flexible boot, so you can use it for segregating parts of your boot. If you've got shopping, you don't want to fall everywhere, you can use that. There's nets, there is storage down here for your Type 2 cables when you're not charging, and all in all, it's a very practical boot. I think it's pretty decent size, not far off 500 litres, no load lip, so easy for getting things in and out. And then to keep things out of sight, you have a flexible parcel cover going on here as well. So I think it's a pretty interesting boot. It also splits here, so you have a little bar across, so you've got two panels of glass going on, and you know, even here it's carpeted, and it's got a real kind of luxury feel to the boot of the Polestar 3. And the inside is just as classy. Let's take a look. That hood is, well, it's synonymous with luxury and premium. It's what we've come to expect when you're spending lots of money in a car, but it's stacked up in the back of this. Like, this is the zinc leather. It is a really spacious car. You've got all this extra space over your head. It doesn't matter how tall you are, unless you're 8 foot something, this is going to work for you. You've got ample knee room in the back. It is a flat floor. You've got heated seats in the back row, standard 2 USB-C charging points. Great bins at the back here. Similarly decent door bins beside your Bowers and Wilkins sound system. Like even at the shoulders on the doors, they've got a texture over them. Light illuminated here, ambient lighting with, again, Bowers and Wilkins, just to remind you. Hook here for a shirt or a jacket or a coat hanger or whatever. And then an armrest, should you need one, which is nicely elevated here, you know, not down on the seat. So it's really comfortable. Polestar do comfortable seats, Volvo do comfortable seats. It's just, it goes with the territory. If I was going to say anything, maybe there could be a little bit more support on the back of your thighs, because you're sitting at a nice seating position, not cramped at all. If you're a 4 family or you're an empty nester, this is just going to be so good. But yeah, if there was a little bit more here to support the thighs, that's my only real observation in a negative capacity. But very luxurious, really high quality materials everywhere, and just a lovely, no one's kind of going to be encroaching in your space, if you get me. It's like a lot of space going on. Yeah, where's the door handles? Oh yeah. When you sit into the car, you're surrounded by opulence. Sub over here just looks like it's part of a home system. You've got this portrait orientated screen, which is huge. Again, very similar to what we've seen in Polestar before. These seats are made in the same factory that make Rolls-Royce seats. So you're in good company. It is a nice high up seating position, but again, you still feel cocooned. So it's like there is a sense of you're in a kind of a coupe, if you get me, because the door comes up quite high. Still nice amounts of glass here, but the door comes up a little bit high. So again, it's just this feeling of snugness going on. Then you have an armrest, which goes very, very deep down here. 2 drinks holders, which is covered up if you need it to be. The charging pad for your phone, there's one. It's quite small. I have an iPhone Pro Max, because I use it for this stuff sometimes, and that's struggling to fit into the plate. But at least there's ridges here which will stop it from sliding everywhere. So Google-based platform in here for your nav, which is brilliant because it tells you how much charge you'll have when you reach a destination, how much charge you'll have when you get back to from wherever you're leaving. It's got the updated live traffic in it. You have Spotify integrated, so there's a lot of apps, Google Assistant. You've got Prime Video, you can have Waze, all been built into the car. There is also a car fireplace. I wonder where we've seen that before, but look, why not? Unlike the recent Volvo EX30 on the channel, you do get a driver instrument screen as well, which is nicely wide. Head-up display also, so you've got 3 different screens keeping you updated as to what you're at. Switchgear, nice feel to it, lovely high gloss black here. This is for your wipers, your indicator, your gear selector is over here, and it's a nice small steering wheel. It feels taut. It's got nice bits of aluminium going on as well, so there's just everywhere you touch feels premium. I think that's really important when you are spending what is a huge amount of money on a car, but the interior of the Polestar 3 really does back it up. There are shortcuts to the things you most likely want, including access to your lights and stuff. Like you've got auto headlights here, but if you want to turn it on during the day, you're going into a screen. Same with the climate control, it's here at the bottom, so that bar never leaves you. Your hazard lights are there. A lot of comments on the recent EX30 video about the buttons, but obviously you've got voice commands as well. My experience, a lot of other motoring journalists would be that they don't necessarily want to play ball all the time. Different accents, different dialects can make it a bit trickier, but there is voice commands built in. But I do love that Google system. It's tried and tested. It works really, really well. You have one pedal driving going on here. You can just select that on and off, and it just makes me want to drive the car because I want to try out the performance and see how good it is to drive, how sporty it feels. Again, if you get the performance pack, you're going to get things like these yellow seat belts, which work, really well against this zinc leather. And it does say animal welfare secured on these, and it's 100% traced leather. The headrests are also part of that pack, and there's Bowers and Wilkins logo etched into the side of the headrest. So does it feel like a very premium product? I think so. Just looking at the wipers, which even have Polestar on the tips, again, just adding to everywhere you look, there's a sense of premium going on. This is snow, this colour, in case you're wondering. Be very curious to see this thing in black and how aggressive that would look. Everywhere you look in the car, you've got aerodynamic qualities going on. Streamlined, fluid, for the size of the car. Anyway, it'll be interesting to see what kind of efficiency the car does. So 490 brake horsepower and 500 and just below 520 brake horsepower if you go for the performance version, which should be more than enough. So you got dual motor, long range. That's the standard car essentially, so you're going to get all that grip and dual motor performance as well. What's interesting about Polestar is because you can't get a previous version of this model, for example, a lot of their sales, in fact all their sales, are from some other brand. So it'll be very interesting who's going to buy this car at the price. If you've previously had an XC90, for example, you don't need the extra seats anymore. Will this now appeal to you? Will you get performance customers again who want to go electric? It's certainly going to make an impact on the roads. There is no doubt about that, because it is just so striking, so different to what you can buy at the moment. And that interior is absolutely sublime. So let me know your thoughts about the car. What do you think of it? What do you think of the price? What do you think of the styling and the overall feeling of premium from what you've seen in the video today? Please do leave any comments or thoughts about the vehicle down below, and I'll talk to you again very soon. Cheers for watching.